Hey team, today we're going to go through the lessons learned while I was in the military and while I still am in the military, but everything that I've taken on board and cemented those ideas, things that I've learned during challenges, things that I've learned through reflection, and things that just stick, because as all the greats say, good shit sticks, and I want you to hear about those things. Hopefully you get something from it, you're able to learn from it, and if you don't have any military experience, then that's okay. You can still gain these insights and use it in your own field. And if you do have some military experience, then maybe you can reflect upon it on your own self and maybe relate in some way. So I do hope you get something from it, and we'll get straight to it, and I hope you enjoy. So, lessons learned from my military career. Leadership skills, personal development, and challenges that shaped me. With a very stoic man looking into the thunderstorm, reflecting on his time. Sweet. So episode 1, yes. We did talk about all my military history and everything that I've done, from challenges to courses to events, you name it. We spoke a little bit in depth on it all, and if you need to go back for some reflection on it, go ahead. It's a great video that I enjoyed. But we're going to go through all the lessons that I took from those experiences, and we'll go through it today. We're going to dig deep on it. So before joining an early mindset, overcoming fear and stepping out of your comfort zone for personal growth. Now this is very important, and before I joined, I was in a very close bubble. I would only train, go to work, come home, and I was very, very comfortable at my parents' place. I never stepped outside the zone, and it was to my detriment. I was not growing as an individual to the level that I then grew in the military. Like, I needed that jump, I needed that shock to really make me grow, just as you would with your muscles. As you're going to the gym, you need that deep, heavy shock to allow your muscles to grow to the best it needs to be. So that's something very important to do. If you're feeling like you're too comfortable right now and you just look around, see where you can develop and where you can step outside that comfort bubble. Very, very important to do at all stages of your life. So that was an early lesson, and it still goes strong to this day. Preparing yourself for the task ahead and setting yourself up for success, knowledge, and fitness. And this is something I do believe strongly as well. Preparing yourself. So I knew the phonetic alphabet before I joined. I knew most military insignia and call signs because I researched it. I looked it up. I was watching the videos. I just delved into everything I could, from books, movies, shows, documentaries. I did everything I could for it. And even the fitness, I was well above the standard. And that just all comes from preparation, and preparation is key. Poor preparation equals poor performance. You hear it all the time. So before we stepping onto big things, make sure you prepare. Definitely. Don't go in blind. It's the fear of the unknown. If you know things, if you know all the knowns before jumping into an event, you know everything that could happen. It's all about preparing for those unknowns, and then you're able to be more flexible and adapt better when you know the knowns, you don't know the unknowns. You can ready aikido those unknowns as quick as you can. Beautiful. Being open and honest allowed me to make a best friend for life. This is something I'm always thankful for. So because I was put in that room, because I felt something very authentic to myself. Everyone was there in the medical facility. I saw his pink socks. I was like, those are looking good. Let me compliment him. And it popped in my head. I had the courage in order to speak it, and so I spoke it. and from there it's changed my life trajectory forever. So if you are always open and honest, it will never be a downfall. There will be nothing wrong with being open and honest in life. So something to always carry with you. Maintaining physical health builds mental strength and self-confidence. Everything becomes easy. That's 100% correct. If you train to the best you can and extremely hard, and those hard sessions are grueling, and you get over all the mental, challenges that you have, everything becomes easy. All the little problems are so minuscule. It's just, yeah. You'll see for yourself. And if you know about training hard, you know that everything becomes easy. If you see a red light, you're like, oh, it's fine, it's just a red light. Oh, yep, something's broken, yep, I can fix that. You become a problem solver if you just become physically strong and mentally strong. So definitely take the moments to build upon those. Those are very, very important in being the best you can be. The grind. Beautiful. Putting one foot in front of the other and only focusing on the current task. Sometimes that's needed to be done. You don't look onto the whole mountain. You don't look to the end of the top of the tippity top and go, wow, we've got a long way to go, and you'll psych yourself out. But if you see that, oh, all I have to do is take one more step. Everyone can take one more step. That's no problem at all. And then you just take another. You take another, and you take another. And eventually you get to the top of the mountain. So it's important to just focus on, sometimes it's okay to be, so tunnel vision, especially if you're in deep work. You're not going to have your phone next to you opened up with Reels and try typing out, a Word document. You won't get far. So be tunnel visioned when you're doing the tasks and put one foot in front of the other and get it done. Leadership is about serving and elevating your team, not just giving orders. Understanding where a potential weakness is and not letting them fall behind helps raise others. This is true. Sometimes it's always good to have a rivalry and, a good challenge between friends in a PT session and stuff like that. But when you're on task, or any other stages, don't let anyone fall behind. If you lift those people up, everyone else will get elevated. They might build more characteristics from helping those people that are not as strong. So it's good to just always level everyone up, especially those that you're working with. If you have to work with them, level them up. Level everyone up to where you are. You might not grow as much. You might be running with a parachute on at some stage, right? But you'll eventually get to the stage where you're all flowing really well, and you're achieving the mission to a very high standard. So help all those that are not developing the same speed and power that you are. All right. Pushing beyond your limit, physically and mentally, are grueling pack marches of unknown weight. Pushing through the unknown. Yeah. This almost goes hand in hand with the one above, that you, in a way, you pushing beyond your limit. So you understand where your limit is. And by putting one foot in front of the other, you're going beyond your limit, that's right, by just focusing on the task ahead. But you have to find that inner push and pull, depending on who you are and your characteristic, right? Like, what will drive you to go beyond your edge? And you don't know that until you're deep. You might want to get out of, all the suck and all the people that you don't like. You want to get out of that environment, and that will push you beyond your limit to get out of there. Or you might want to go to a higher group, like say wanting to go to recon or to the people that are the best of the best. I need to go beyond my limit to get to their level, right? So know your limits and have a challenge every so often. that goes beyond that limit. So hey, actually that wasn't actually my limit. I had more to me. I think of almost like Dragon Ball Z and the Saiyans and Goku, Vegeta and whatnot. They get smashed. They'll get beat up. They'll train super hard until their bones are breaking and everything's hurting, right? But they'll recover. They'll recover from that, and their limiter is now extended higher. Now they've put a new bar higher, and you'll just keep finding that you'll go higher and higher. Where's the limit? I don't think you'll ever really find it, or the human spirit and soul just goes very close to the death marks. But always push your limits. Always push your limits where you can, 100%. Skills acquired. Specialized skills teach focus, problem solving, and discipline that can be adapted to any setting. Explosive breaching, driving course, advanced radios, sniper, always evolving and seeking new information. That's true. So just always developing yourself, always trying to get new skills, new knowledge, looking somewhere, hey, I already knew that, let's figure out what else I can learn. But not put too many things on you. You don't want information overload. But if you've developed something, it's almost the comfort zone thing again, right? So always seeking new information. Read a new book. Find a new skill to pick up. If you've mastered something, jump on the next. Keep developing yourself, 100%. As we're saying, getting outside the comfort zone. Very important to do. A lot of people just stick in it, and you don't want to be a part of that. Breaching, tactical pause, bang. I love this one, and I think about it often. So I got told by a mentor of mine, and he was teaching us the class. And what you do, you have everything set up. You're about to breach the door. Everyone's stacked on the wall, ready to go in after it's exploded, because you've opened up the aperture, right? So you're all set up. You're the explosive breacher. You have the device in your hand. You're ready to go. You've got to turn away, so you're not exactly looking at the explosion if anything pushes back at you. But you're ready. You've got your hand on the thing. You're ready. And what he tells you, because your heart rate is jacked right now, but have a tactical pause. It's a tactical breath. Set your mind right. Know what you need to be doing. Know what you need to be doing afterwards. Everyone's ready. Have a moment. Pause. Boom. Explode. Then enter. That tactical pause just helps you on so many levels. It gets your mind correct. It helps your heart rate. It gets you laser focused, aligned, ready to move, right? Obviously, if speed is the key in that area, which not technically, because that's when you're about to enter, but you have your moments. But just tactical pause is sometimes very good to do, especially in life. I take that as a life thing too. If things are getting so overwhelming, sometimes I might need to go on a walk. That's my tactical pause. Or I might need to just sit there and look out onto the greenery. Have that tactical pause, assess the situation, and be ready to engage afterwards. Very important to do. I like it. Confident decision making arises from practice, knowledge, and trusting your training. That's true. That is true. So, as in, if you have all the knowledge and evidence of your success, you have evidence that you were winning in this category and that category, you're building that confidence in yourself. You're not letting yourself down in any areas. You just say you're going to work out and you don't work out. You do work out. That builds you confidence. So practicing something over and over and over again, like, as any three-pointer, basketballer, they build that confidence in that shot. They know they can make it. So if you're well-versed in your knowledge and trusting your training and developing yourself, then your confidence will rise as a human being, and you do feel unstoppable. Trust. Leaning on mates, sandwich throw. So this one I do love. It's touching on the best friend aspect again, but that you lean on your mates where you can. So, and always have your friends six. Always have them covered, protected, and that they're not fighting the fight alone. So, this was during the conduct to capture thing. So it's like a little bit of an interrogation thing, and you, without giving too much away, you just put in positions where it's difficult and it's challenging and whatnot, right? And you get food and you're okay in those areas, but it is a challenging aspect. But what I did, we all get 2 sandwiches. I only wanted to eat 1 sandwich. I was okay, but I knew my best friend, is a bigger fella. He's stronger, more muscles, needs to burn more energy. I threw him my sandwich. We're all across the room. We're not allowed to communicate to each other, but I'll throw him the sandwich, make sure he can eat that, and give him the energy he needs. It's something we do think about every so often again, and it's very funny to think about. Beautiful. So help your mates out. Throw them the sandwich when they're in trouble. Always have them covered. Challenges overcome. Sacrifices are inevitable, but proper planning and a strong mindset can help you stay on track, not staying comfortable and developing further into personal skills, business. Yes, proper planning. Well, we've all talked about this, and you can reflect upon this yourself, but we talked about this the whole time, honestly, that don't get comfortable, find ways to develop yourself. Yes, professionally develop yourself, but you'll need that personal aspect too, because that will help you build upon in other areas. And what I did, I wanted to level up in the business aspect because I was finding it so interesting. So I started to develop all these skills in relation to business, and I've loved it ever since. Not close to mastery at all, but it's a work in progress. Always asking the why, understanding the mission to achieve the best result. This is something I love. Beautiful. Asking the why, understanding the mission to achieve the best results. Now, see, this is something I would get in trouble with, but I find it super important in achieving the best result, 100%. So you would get just random tasks thrown out by commanders, and not always commanders are put in and they're the best candidate, not always, but they'll throw the task out and I'm like, wait, why are we doing this? What is the purpose of this task? Just to understand the broader scheme of things. Potentially I would see a better thing to be doing instead of that one thing, and the answer would never be the right why. You wouldn't feel motivated to do that task because the why didn't make sense, and if it doesn't make sense, then why do it? 100%. So it's always good to know the why you are doing things, and especially in a personal tasks. So if you're doing something like, hey, why am I even scrolling right now? What's the mission to this? What's fun in this? Like, you need some downtime and some entertainment, but do find the why in everything you do. Failure is inevitable, but paves the way for future success if used as a learning tool. That's true. So you always need failure. So I think of this as in a guitarist or musical instruments. They'll be playing the notes and pressing the wrong button, pressing the wrong. They'll constantly make mistakes. The basketball 3-pointer, they'll fail and not get it in the hoop, but those failures build into that success. So be okay with failing, learn from it, understand the takeaways from that failure, and keep building into the success you will. Beautiful. Conclusion. There's too many lessons to name, definitely. A lot of will stick with me, a lot of it I may data dump. I may just take it away, Dumbledore, put it out of my brain, and I never touch it again. But overall, it's shaped me to who I am today, and that's right. And if it will stick, it will stick. If I come across something in the future and I need to do it, it might poof into my brain and I'm able to take it on because I once did it in the past. So everything does shape you, and don't take everything as, why will I need this in the future? you might. You definitely might. So the next video, I may dive deeper or explain the jump from military to entrepreneurship. That's something I'm thinking about, and I'll tackle out the thought process and all the insight from what I can put into that video. If I don't get to it, we'll tackle it another time. But that's something I am thinking about, that nice jump from it all. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and comment about it if you wish. I'm always excited to see any comments on it all. But yeah, this was the military lessons and everything that I've built upon in my career of 7+ years. I hope you've got something from it, some insight, some lessons, something to take away and think about and process. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I'm Jaden Conley, and thank you for watching.